Hi everyone. So today's video is going to be about Black Lives Matter and my opinions on it and why I think that the All Lives Matter movement is the stupidest thing to exist. Now, before we get into this video, on my last video, a lot of people were commenting mad at me that I wasn't talking about, George Floyd or the current world situations right now. And I just want to take a second to respond to that. The reason I did not make that video about George Floyd or all the protests is because I didn't feel like I was educated enough to speak on the matter, and it is such a serious topic that I'm not just going to speak on it if I don't know everything that I can know about it. Even now, I'm still educating myself and learning about the whole movement and how it originated and the history behind it and my privilege and what comes with me being white and how I can use that privilege to help the cause. So I've been taking time to educate myself on all of that. Anyways, Black Lives Matter versus All Lives Matter. Now, on my Instagram, I did a poll on my story about whether people support Black Lives Matter or All Lives Matter. And the majority of people said Black Lives Matter, but I did have a few people vote All Lives Matter. Now, I have talked to some of those people and have had conversations with them, and also seeing arguments and stuff on Twitter. I have gathered some of the All Lives Matter people's arguments, and I just want to talk about that for a second. So, also, before we get into the actual video of me talking about everything, I just want to say that everything I'm about to say is based off of my knowledge and what I have gathered on the internet. If I'm wrong about anything, please let me know in the comments. I am open to learning about anything that I've gotten wrong. So, okay, let's get into it. Black Lives Matter started a while ago as a response to police brutality in the United States. For years, the stuff has been happening where cops will abuse, murder, and target people of color. And like I said before, this has been going on for years, but it recently started up again recently when George Floyd was murdered by this man. Now, I'm not sure if I'm allowed to actually put that video on YouTube because it is a man being murdered, but I'm for sure going to link the video down below if you haven't seen it already. Just like a warning, it is very hard to watch. You can hear this man saying that he cannot breathe and this cop is still on top of him. But that link, along with other links related to the situation, how to donate, and how to help, will all be linked in the description. Ever since then, social media has been in an uproar. It's been absolutely insane. A lot of people are coming together on the internet and basically saying, hey, let's get this dude prosecuted and charged with murder because he killed this man. This man was not armed. He was not a threat. All in all, there was no reason for this man to have died. I wholeheartedly believe that the only reason George Floyd died, which I'm sure you'll all agree with me on this, is because he is black. But since it has sparked the debate between a lot of people about whether to support Black Lives Matter or All Lives Matter. Now I get it. At first, All Lives Matter sounds great. Yeah, include everyone, everyone matters. But when you think about it and you learn more about it, you realize that the origin of that entire movement is based on racism. Let me explain that a little bit. So the All Lives Matter movement, now I'm not gonna lie to you, I will admit it, years ago, I was part of that group. I was yeah, All Lives Matter, let's support that. But the more I learned about it and more I educated myself, the more I realized that that was not the right way to go for many reasons. First being, hashtag All Lives Matter started by racist people to cover up the voices of black people speaking up against police brutality. It was racist people's way of silencing people of color entirely. So when I learned that, that was immediately what made me okay, yeah, maybe I don't support that anymore. But on top of that, it's just a stupid idea in my opinion. Yes, okay, all lives matter, black people, white people, Asian people, people of all races and ethnicities, everyone matters. Now, I personally believe that all lives can't matter while black ones are being lost. Yes, white people matter, but when white people, including me, get pulled over, we're not sitting there terrified of losing our lives. Now, as a white person, my mom and dad have never had to give me the cop talk. I've never had to be warned about worrying about the people who are supposed to protect us. And based off of my knowledge, people of color cannot say the same thing. And that's because the police system is very racist and overall just corrupt. Now, on Twitter, I've seen a lot of people having the conversation about Black Lives Matter versus All Lives Matter and the debates in between them. An analogy that I saw pop up quite a few times is this. So, say that there is 5 houses on a street, right? One of the houses catches on fire. Is the fire department going to come to that street and hose down all the houses? No. They're only going to hose down the houses being burned, and they're going to prioritize that specific house over the other houses that are fine. And it's kind of the same idea. Yes, everyone's lives matter, but black people are losing theirs because of the color of their skin. And I also saw someone post on Snapchat yesterday before. It was this report, and it was white people die more from cops than black people, blah, blah, blah. And I'm okay, but are the white people dying because of their skin tone? No. Also, not to mention the fact that there are way more white people in America than there are black people. Which sort of leads me to the thing I want to talk about next, which is the all cops are bad. Now, I full-heartedly believe in that, and that all cops are bad. But the white bitch on my Twitter named Brittany, she's like, oh, my uncle's a cop, and he wants to help, you know, our country and all stuff. Like, okay, cops can be good people outside of uniform. I fully support that. Cops can have good hearts and good intentions. However, they are supporting a corrupt system. And every week, they're working for 40 hours for a system that is racially profiling African-American people on a daily basis. That is what makes cops bad. They are supporting the system. They went to school for this. They chose this career. And I've had a few people that are like trying to become a cop tell me, they're like, I'm becoming a cop because I want to change the system. And I'm like, I hate to break it to you, but you cannot change the system changes you. So even if Brittany's dad or uncle who is a cop isn't going out and racially profiling people or murdering or targeting people of color, the odds are great that he is still going to cover for his cop friends that are doing such. I think cops should have to go to law school and earn their guns. I don't think they should just be given to them off the bat to murder people with. I don't know, this video's all over the place. I am just very passionate about this. And to all my people of color who are watching this, I want you to know that I am white and I know that I have privilege, and I'm currently educating myself on how I can use that privilege to help the movement and try and put a stop to this. I also want to acknowledge that for me and everyone watching this, no matter how small our contributions are, it is all going to help in the long run. Because I know in my heart that this is wrong. And the fact that people are even having to protest and riot about this is just insane. There are people on the internet who are saying stuff like, I agree with the movement and obviously people shouldn't be racist, but I just don't agree with the violence and all that stuff. Like, okay, what you don't understand is it's the cops who are making the protests violent. There are undercover cops who are going there and starting fires and throwing tear gas on the protesters and all this stuff. They are making it violent. I saw a thing on Twitter earlier where these cops literally got like a big pile of bricks, put them right on the street where the protesters are supposed to be, so that the protesters would grab the bricks and become violent, so that the cops, in response, tear gas and rubber bullet them. You can pause the video to read the whole thing.
This the setup.
They put them there on purpose,
Y'all know where we at.
They gonna set them on right up on the route.
Y'all know what building this is right here.
Now.
I ain't even gonna say what name it is.
Hey, where do them bricks go to? Where do them
This
bricks
is
go
setup.
to? Where do them bricks
We
go
gotta
to?
do better.
Ain't no damn
You
construction.
gotta do better.
Ain't no damn construction around here.
I see you.
Ain't no damn construction around here. You just gonna set a pallet of bricks right there. Oh, okay.
Listen, I did jury duty 3 months ago. Y'all don't keep no bricks right there. Do better. Do better. I see you.
The cops are trying to make them violent so that they have an excuse to hurt and harm all these protesters. Anyways, I'm just gonna wrap up the video here because I don't want to keep rambling on about the same thing. So if anyone watching this is planning on going on any protests or riots, please be careful. Make sure you wear no designs, no logos on your clothes. Try and cover your face as much as you can. Bring milk, bring anything you can. Bring goggles, even for the tear gas. Also, if you do go, make sure you do not wear any makeup because the oil in the makeup will actually cling to the chemicals and the tear gas. And if you do get tear gas, make sure you go home and take a 20-minute cold shower. Make sure it's cold water because if it's warm, the warm water will open your pores and make it worse. And I don't know if I mentioned this already or not, but there are going to be links in the description to different websites and just different things you can do to help. Just be safe and look out for yourself. But anyways, that's the video. So if you want to comment down your opinions, I'm willing to have a debate/discussion with people who have different opinions than me if they're being rational. So yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.